So in the last class we have seen that pointer arithmetic. What are the arithmetic operators are allowed with the pointer and what and all is not allowed. That we have seen. Actually, now we are going to see about the relational operators. So these are relational operators you can use with the pointers. Equal to, not equal to, less than equal to, greater than equal to. These all relational operators you can use with the pointers. See, both the pointer is equal only if both are null or they contain address of same variable. Okay, let's see let's try to understand what does it mean of a same variable. So you have a pointer P1 and P2 and you have variables like a is equal to 5, B is equal to 10. P1 you are assigning the address of A and P2 you are assigning the address of B. Here you are checking P1 equal to P2. Will it be same? Let's consider A, B, P1, P2. Let's assume A address is 2000, B address is 3000 and this is 4000 and this one is like a 5000. So in A what you have? You have 5. In B you have 10. And in P1 address of A is 2000 you have here. And P2 3000 you have here. Okay, after that you are comparing if P1 equal to P2. Is it condition true?
No.
Condition false, because P1 is what?
2000.
P1 is 2000, P2 is 3000. 2000 equal to 3000, both are not same. See here, if suppose, okay, this is fail. If suppose P2 is equal to ampersand A. After that I am comparing P1 equal to P2. Will it be true or false?
True.
Now it will be true because P1 also having the address of A. P2 is also having the address of A. So 2000 equal to 2000. It will be same. That is what they are saying here. If they contain address of same variable. So P1 also having the address of A, P2 also having the address of A, then the addresses will be equal. Or equal only if both are null. So what is null? So to understand about null, what is null? First, see for example, I am declaring, okay, I am just declaring one integer variable A, okay, and if I don't initialize this variable, see in this case I have initialized it, but if I am not initializing it, by default, see for A, 4 bytes of memory will be allocated, and what value will be there in this 4 bytes of memory?
If it is not declared, then it will be done.
Garbage.
Yeah. So if you are just declaring a variable and the variable is not initialized anything, means it will have some default values. Default means just for this only I have said one example. You are going for a bus or train, you're going and occupying some seat. So in that seat, the person who was using the seat for previously, he would have left some biscuit packet or water bottle, some things. So those all things is a garbage for you, correct, right? So you will just like wipe it and you will keep your things. So this example you keep it. So any variable when you declare and you are not initialized it will have the values which already it was there. Those values according to this A, it is a garbage. Okay. So A will have garbage. Now I don't want it should have a garbage. I want something to be initialized. So now I want something to be initialized and later I am going to use this A. So what I will initialize? Something I want to initialize. So for safer side, I will initialize with the 0. Clear, right? So int A equal to 0, I will initialize. The same way, now I am declaring one pointer. This pointer for this P, a 4-byte memory is allocated. Okay, and this 4 bytes of memory is not initialized with anything. It's not initialized with any address. Now, what will be there in this 4 bytes?
Garbage.
Some garbage will be there. Okay, let's take the garbage is like a 20,000. Okay, some value, right? Let's assume that it is a 20,000. So, this 20,000, will there be any address in the name of 20,000? No, I am asking. Will there be any address in the address of like a 20,000? Address is there or not?
Address will be there.
Address will be there. See, your RAM is like it is a 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB you have. So it starts from like a 0 address. It goes up to like a 1, 2, 3,000, 10,000, 100, lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, up to like a 2 GB. Okay, for 2 GB like a you will have like crores of address. So from 0 address to some crores of address you have in your RAM. So in this P1 you just declared it, but you are not initialized. So it means it will have some garbage. So that garbage we are just assuming that it is a 20,000. So in the address of 20,000 also there is a 1 byte of memory. Correct, right? But this memory, is it your memory?
No.
But that is not our memory. Correct, right? We are clear with it. So when you declare one pointer variable and you are not initialized with it anything, and this pointer what it does is by default it is pointing some other memory location. Is that clear for everybody? This is not the right. Correct, right? So unnecessarily why our pointer is pointing somebody else's memory? Okay. Now, sir, I don't want my pointer to point someone else's memory. I want to initialize something for safer side. So what I can initialize? Can I initialize with 0? Why? We cannot initialize with 0. See, why? Because there is a 1 byte of memory in the address of 0 also. So, see, like how array index starts with 0, right? So like that your RAM memory locations starts from 0, not from 1. So 0 means it is the first byte of your RAM. So if you initialize with 0 also, suppose if I am initializing like this, boss, I am initializing this P1 as a 0. Now also this P1 is pointing the first byte of your RAM. Even previously if you don't initialize also, it is pointing somewhere else. The same thing. Almost like you are coming to the same problem. Okay. So then they come up with the Dennis Rich has come up with one more pointer, that is null pointer. The null pointer is not pointing any valid memory location of your RAM. So null pointer, what is the scenario I can use it? Yeah. Now you can use the null pointer here. Hope everybody clear. So null is not pointing any valid memory location of your RAM, but null can be used. See, wherever like you want some error cases. In that case, you are expecting some memory, but you are expecting some address, but you are not getting any valid address means like in that case like you will get the null as a like a return value. That I will come. Okay, for that I will explain in the next 1 or 2 class like you will come across that. But now see this pointer want to point something. If I don't initialize anything, it will point some other memory. If I initialize with the 0 also, it is pointing the 0 address. So that now I want to initialize with something. So I am initializing with the null. Null is also a pointer which is not pointing any valid memory location of your RAM. Is that clear for everyone? Okay. So now you can compare equal only if both are null. Let's take int star p2 equal to null. You are comparing if p1 equal to p2. Will it be same? Yes, both are same. p1 also null, p2 also null. So it will be equal. Or you can compare like this also. p1 is null equal to null. Like this also you can compare. So I hope like this whole point is clear for everybody. Equal only if both are null or they contain the address of same variable. Okay, fine. So that's about the second one. And coming to the last point, use of these operators is valid between pointers of same type. So see, if you are using p1 equal to p2 means p1 what is the data type of p1? p1 is an integer. p2 also should be integer. Sir, if p1 is integer but p2 is like a character, no, you cannot compare that way. Compiler will throw warning or error. So whenever you are comparing two pointers, it must be that both the pointers should be same data type, valid between pointers of same data type, or between null pointer and any other pointer. It means, see, this p1 can be an integer pointer, can be a character pointer, double pointer, it can be any pointer. But other side like other side you can have a null pointer. But both the place you are going to use a pointer variable means like this. Here also pointer variable, here also pointer variable. Then you want to make sure that both are same data type. But one is like it can be any type. The other side you can have a null pointer. So that is about the between a null pointer and any other pointer, or between void pointer and any other pointer. Okay. So what is void pointer? Now I will just pass it. I will hold it for some 1 or 2 days. We are going to see in a very detail what is void pointer, and later you will understand. So as of now, just you ignore the last point. Remaining you make sure you are clear with it. So the relational operators with the pointers. Oh, clear, right, everybody?
Yes.